Hello, everybody. This is MoveEasy Yoga Online, and it's October 22nd, 2020. Let's go ahead and start in the ordinary fashion, just lying on your back with your knees bent. And starting to watch your breath. And just watching your breath and see what happens. It might get slower or deeper, it might not. Become aware of the walls of the room and the floor and the air and your breath and the sounds. I love my body loves me. Bring your hands behind your head for vagus nerve reset. Without moving anything else, shift your eyeballs to the right and wait for an involuntary sigh, yawn, swallow, or gulp. Come back to center, shift eyeballs left. And wait for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. And then repeat 2 more times, 2 more sets, right, left, without my cueing. When you're finished, leave your hands where they are, and we'll do head ramping. Just pressing the back of your skull into the floor, into your hands, into the floor. The skull slides up along the floor, away from your shoulders. Just stay here for a couple breaths. And then repeat this 4 times. Just keep breathing. Finish up and bring your arms beside your hips. We're going to do Viloma breathing. You could put your hands, one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly if you want. But Viloma breathing, you're dividing the inhale into 3 parts, pausing after each part fraction. Filling 1/3 of the lungs, and then the second third, and then the last third. So inhale, pause, inhale, pause, inhale, pause, and then an ordinary exhale. Viloma breath. One more breath. And let's do a bridge hypopressive. So with your feet, heels on the floor, the toes toward the ceiling. So dorsiflexing the ankles, knees bent. You're going to come up into a bridge and arms overhead when we hold the breath out, no breath. But before we do that, I'm going to cue 3 ordinary breaths and then holding the breath out. And at that point, when you start to hold the breath out, you also lift the hips and bring your arms overhead. And I'll count to 12, and then you'll come out of that. So 3 breaths, 3 ordinary breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and hold your breath out. Lift your hips. Bring your arms overhead. No breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, the butt drops. Exhale, the arms drop. Do it one more time. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All the way out. No breath. Lift your hips. Bring your arms overhead. Stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Inhale, the hips drop, and exhale, the arms drop. We're going to stay here and do the straight. We're going to do, well, first we'll do the hamstring stretch, Ki-Hara hamstring stretch. So bring your right leg up to towards the ceiling, no strap, straight up. And put your hands around the leg. And now you're going to do a Ki-Hara movement. So always moving, always resisting. In this case, the resistance is at the back of the leg. So when the hand wins, the thigh is still resisting the forward movement of the hand. And when the thigh wins or comes backward, the hand is resisting that movement. So just do this about 6 times, 6 more times. Let's do 6 more. Keep your hips on the floor. This is a medial hamstring, straight-legged medial hamstring stretch, Ki-Hara. And whenever you're done, switch sides. So in Ki-Hara, you're creating both flexibility and mobility and strength and stretch, all of those. And you're always moving and always resisting the movement. You can use a strap if you can't reach your thigh, or a towel. And then stop that. And then we're going to do leg stretch 1 and 2, and we're going to time them because these are bone building poses for the hip and the hip socket and the femur. So this time you actually put a strap around the ball of your foot. Hold on to it, the left hand side of the strap with your left hand, the right side of your strap with your right hand. Leg goes straight up to the ceiling. Hips stay on the floor. And just stay here and breathe. So the foot can come a little bit towards your face or not. It can be slightly bent if it's hard to keep it straight. But straight is optimal, bent is an option. Just stay here and breathe. We have 20 seconds left. I'm counting for 40. And now we're not going to switch sides. Just stay here. Hold the strap in your right hand. Bring your right leg out to the right. Keep your left foot and leg upright and neutral. And we'll start timing. So your leg may not go down as far as Kathy's. The trick is, the rule is to keep the other hip level. You may even want to press down on the ASIS to help with that. The ASIS is a bony landmark in the front of the hip. So on the left side, you could press down and help keep that stable and even. You could pull your foot up towards your face. And come all the way up, back up and switch sides. Leg stretch 1 on the other side. Holding on with right strap in the right hand, left strap in the left hand. Remember your hips stay on the floor and your leg can come towards you. The purest form of this is holding on to your big toe. It's called a big toe stretch.
Oh, okay.
Holding onto your big toe with your hand. But that is mostly not available to people. Stay here. Take the strap in your left hand, drop your leg out to the left, keep your right hip on the floor. That's the hard one to keep on the floor. Hips are even on the floor. Building bones, building bone density. If you want to, you can pull your foot towards your face, along the floor, along the where however far you got it down. Remember, your shape may not look like Kathy's. You're really exploring your shape and your abilities. Okay, let's come up to floor seated. Find your favorite floor seated position. We're going to do a side bend and then a spine twist and then a wrist twist, which will be our first focus movement. So go ahead and start your right hand out, pull it out to the side along the mat. The top hand goes up and over. And I'm going to time this also. Keep your hips on the floor. So the side bend is in the thoracic spine, starting at the lumbar, at the waist, but you're not lifting a hip. Go ahead and bring your elbow forward and find another stretch at the upper side body, back side body. You can turn your neck to left and right if you want during some of these poses. Just add a little bit or not. Bring your elbow up and then bring your torso up. Other side. Left arm along the mat. Right arm up and over. This is working on the waist muscle, the QL muscle. And then bring your elbow forward and find another stretch along the side body, back side body. Come on up, arm, elbow first, and then torso. Switch your legs. And we're going to do a spine twist with intercostal slide. So this time, put your left hand on your right knee, bring your right hand behind you and fingers in a spider. Find a stretch. Find a spine twist stretch. Once you've found that, maintain that, and then move your rib cage from side to side. Try not to involve the trapezius or the shoulders. Side to side. Slowly unravel yourself, go to the other side, switch knees, switch legs. Right hand on left knee, left hand behind you in a spider, fingers in a spider. Find a spine twist, find as much of a spine twist as you can. Sit tall, and then start to slide the rib cage, trying not to involve your upper traps or your shoulders. So maintain your spine twist and then slide your ribs. Come on, unravel, come back, stack your knees. So go ahead and stack your knees forward, cow face pose. And we're going to do a wrist twist. Hi, Gloria. We're just starting the stacked knee wrist twists. Arms come up, come forward. The right hand, palms facing away from each other. And then the right hand comes up and then over, clasping the hands, interlacing the fingers, and then dropping the hands down toward the floor, then up toward the chest, then up toward the chin. Stay here and breathe and try. If you can drop your wrists a little farther down while you're exercising basically your wrists, your hands, and your fingers. Actually, if you squeeze your fingers, you're probably adding a little bit of another dimension to this twist. Squeeze your fingers together. Unravel, switch sides. So start again, the backs of the hands together, left hand lifts up and goes over. You can recross your legs also, your knees. And bring your hands down, 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 and then up to the chin. And then you can drop them a little bit. If you want, squeeze your fingers. And breathe, sit tall. Working on, I love this because it's sort of a whole body movement. Working on hips, wrists, shoulders, posture. Remember this one. You can do it watching TV. Come on out, slowly, slowly, really slowly. Come up to standing. We're going to do a back bend at the wall. After we do the wall poses, then we're going to do the wrist poses that I was telling you about. I didn't want to keep you seated on the floor, so I pulled this up earlier. So find your way to the wall with your back on the wall or near the wall. Standing in good posture, and then bring your arms overhead and put your hands on the wall. This is a production pause here. Arms up and over. If you can get your whole hand on the wall, that's good. If you can only get your fingertips, that's good. You're going to use your hands to press out, so to open up the upper back and the chest. So release the upper back, open up the chest. And the idea is not to bring the front of your hips forward. So the hips still stay stacked over the knees and the ankles. Nice back bend, upper back bend. Come on out of this, just unravel very carefully. We're going to do a spine twist at the wall with the right shoulder at the wall first. The right shoulder is near the wall. The right foot is forward. The left foot is back. Bend your elbows and rotate the thoracic spine towards the wall. Get your forearms on the wall if you can. Use your hands and your forearms to find your spine twist and support it. Create it and support it. And just stay here and breathe. Slowly come back. Unravel and go to the other side. Left shoulder is against the wall. Left foot forward, right foot back. Bend your elbows and rotate. Rotate your thoracic spine. And let your arms and your hands create and support your spine twist. And stay here and breathe. Unravel all the way back. Let's do a balancing on one foot, just because I like to work in triplets. So you're going to stand near the wall or near a chair in good posture. And then just lift, stand on your right leg and lift your left leg. Whoops.
It's harder to do on a carpet.
I know it is.
I can do it on the floor.
But you have two carpets, right?
Yeah, I'm just standing on the carpet, not the rug, but yeah, I can do it. I do it in my kitchen all the time.
Right. Well, it's harder. So everyone has to be very compassionate with Kathy. She's doing it. She's added an extra dimension, an extra challenge, and that is that she's on the carpet instead of the floor. But it's sort of like being on a Boso ball. Just think of that. Go ahead and switch sides. You know, you're still balancing, right? Mm-hmm. It's still a balancing practice. You've just added an additional challenge.
Yes, I did.
Stay here and breathe. Find your way down to the floor, to your favorite floor seated position with your set of therapy balls. You're going to, in the floor seated position may not be some of the standard floor seated positions, because what I really want you to do is be in a position where you can run the side of your forearm along between the two balls. So you may be in some other floor seated position. So the balls are on the floor. They don't have to, well, they could be, maybe they could be in a brick, but you're not going to be able to do as long. So just find a place where you can place your, like as if you're shaking hands, place the back of your forearm on the ball and roll from the wrist, roll all the way up to the elbow. Slowly, back and forth. And now if you want to, while you're, rotate your wrist as you're moving. So as you're moving along the back of the, along between the balls, rotate your wrist. If you find a spot here that has a lot of tension, you may want to stay there and rotate your wrist. This is kind of like wrist circles. And see if you can get a little bit of motion along the back of your arm instead of the side. That I feel a lot of for myself, I feel a lot of tension along the back of the arm, forearm. And then we're going to do take the ball out of the bag and do a split contraction of the thumb. So make the thumb and the forefinger into an L, and then place that over the ball and press in and contract the thumb and the index finger towards each other over the ball. You'll feel this along the side of your arm as well, probably. But just press first, that's compression. You may want to just stay there for a bit and then contract the two digits, the thumb and the index finger, towards each other with the ball. And wait about 10 seconds. And now go ahead and just roll over to the thumb pad so that the thumb pad is on the therapy ball, and press into the ball. First press just at the pad, and you can go side to side. You can go up and down a little bit. You can go in a circle, but you're focusing on the pad. And still is fine as well. You don't have to move. And then after a while, move up to the palm, in front of the pad, and press that portion of the hand into the ball. You may want to hold on to the ball with your fingers. So wrapping your fingers around the ball, pressing into the pad, not the pad. Well, it is a pad, but it's not it's the middle of the inside of the hand. And you can go side to side, and you can go back and forth. It's called a palm squash. So I guess the distinction is the thumb pad and the palm. And come back to the pad, thumb pad, and go towards the thumb pad. So let's do a little bit of work right on the thumb pad, which is a little different than the pad we were on before. And I find some interesting spots to work on there. I think maybe the thumb is even more overworked than the fingers. But I'm only saying that because of the reaction I'm getting in this exercise. Go ahead and go back to the other side so that you're going to put the balls back in the tote, and then roll along from wrist to elbow along the shake, as if you're shaking hands along the edge of your arm, as if you're in a position where you might be shaking hands with your left hand. And just rolling back and forth. Let me see what. back and forth slowly so you can listen to what's happening. So remember now, you may want to have changed the cross of your knees or something about your floor seated position by now. I'm hoping, sneaky hope, which is a family joke. So you won't get, sometime I'll tell you about it. But anyway, well, maybe I'll tell you about it now, but a sneaky hope. And now I've forgotten the sneaky hope I had. But I wanted to say that one time I visited my twin sister years ago in Seattle, and she was going to a therapist and I was going to a therapist. We were working on our childhood issues, and she had drawn a picture of her family, and so the therapist asked me to draw a picture of the family, and she pronounced that her sneaky hope was the pictures would be the same. Put a lot of pressure on me. I just drew a picture, whatever I did, and in the top, at the edge of the picture, I put a little balloon called Sneaky Hope. But my picture was not like hers, my twin sister's picture. So whenever I say Sneaky Hope, I think of that story. Now remember, you can go drop your arm to the back, or you can start to wrist circles as you're moving your arm. Actually, my left hand is longing for the work we did on the right hand. I can feel it, wanting to feel more like the right hand. So after you've done enough of those, then take your ball out of the toes. And we're going to do the thumb split. So thumb splits. So the ball is at the base of the thumb and the index finger, and you're just pressing in. You can move a little bit if you want, but pressing in there. All the other fingers are just straight up. You're not using the other fingers. You can squeeze on the ball, squeeze the ball with your index and your thumb. That's contraction. So you're going to either press in, which is compression, and then squeeze, which is contraction. Thumb splits. And then we're going to move to let's move to the thumb pad. So this is just below the base of the thumb. And you can press, you can move, you can go side to side and then up and down in a circle, but stay on the thumb pad. This is a little different sequence than we did before. And then move to the pad of the palm. So just to the outside of the thumb pad, and do some work there. Just pressing and rolling a little bit forward and a little bit back. And you can try to grip the ball if you want. You can go side to side, make a little circle. And then when you're done with that, go ahead and move into the pad. Let's see what it's called, the palm. So above the pad. press, remember compression. You can grip if you want. You can contract. So it's easier to contract if you contract the fingers around the pad as well as the pad, just so you're really gripping the ball. But you can go back and forth over that pad, side to side, palm, pad. Okay, let's stop that. Now we have three more, the three more new ones, floor seated. So these are, the first is the finger pair sequence. Been doing these without a ball. These are new for Kathy, so, and new for me too, but so we'll see how clearly I cue this. So you have three finger pairs, right? Well, actually the forefinger and the middle finger. Actually, it's forefinger, and then the two inside fingers is a pair, and then the little finger and the ring finger can be a pair, and then the thumb and the index fingers. So those are the pairs. We're going to be working with finger pairs. Let's start with the index finger and the middle finger on the right hand. We're just going to do one hand at a time because the other hand has a job. So the first thing you're going to do is spread the fingers and then put your other fingers from the other hand on the outside of that and create some resistance. You know how to create resistance. So the forefinger is going to be against the outside of the middle finger, and the thumb is going to be at the outside of the forefinger. So while you're doing that, you're resisting, you're pressing out and then pushing in and resisting. Don't move, or move as little as you can. This is a really strenuous exercise for your fingers. Pressing out so the fingers are open and closing in with resistance. You know about resistance already, so you guys are experts in creating resistance. And about 10 seconds, so that's probably about it. Go to the middle pair of fingers. Oh no, let's stay at the other pair, sorry. Close those fingers. Hold on to them on the outside. Press out, so the outside fingers press in and the inside fingers press out. Trying to spread the fingers, not available because of the fingers on the outside. So you're trying to press out. Your fingers are closed. It's not working because the outside fingers are keeping that from happening for about 10 seconds. Hard as you can though, press, press, press. So that's the sequence. We're going to do it for each finger pair. You might want to shake your fingers in between time, maybe, or wiggle them. The next pair is the two inside fingers. They're going to be spread first, open, and you're going to put your other fingers from your other hand outside, and you're going to try to bring them in, and but not allowed. No, this is more isometric than moving Ki-Hara. So you're pressing in, though it's resistance for sure. Pressing in, no luck, because the finger pair are pressing out and staying out. I'm actually almost getting a little cramp in my finger from doing this. This is like calisthenics for the fingers. And then go ahead and close the fingers. And put your hands on the other hand's fingers on the outside of it. Now this time, you're going to keep the fingers closed. You're going to press in, and the closed fingers are going to try to open, but it's not happening. But it's trying. So you're exercising. This is an exercise, an isometric exercise. Closed fingers. You're trying to open them against the fingers that from the other hand that are holding them. And now, no luck. about 10 counts. And then go the last set. Well, no, we still have the thumb to do. This next pair is the ring finger and the little finger. To keep them spread, hold on to them. Try to, the fingers that are holding on, try to push in, but no, the fingers stay spread. And now close your fingers, close this finger pair, and then try to spread them, but the fingers that are holding them, keep them from spreading. So, you need to keep trying to spread them. That is the exercise. Try to spread your fingers as the other hand, fingers of the other hand, keep them from spreading. Go to the thumb and the forefinger. This is the last finger pair on this side. So the first thing, they're open. So they're open and you're pressing, your fingers from your other hand are pressing in, trying to close them. No luck, not available, because the fingers, forefinger and the thumb are pressing out and keeping that from happening. I feel this all the way up my arm. This is, I did this the other day. I just came across these at a website that I really like. And I thought, and I did them and they're like, this is powerful stuff. I can still grip jars, but a lot of people I know can't. So go ahead and, well, now close the forefinger and the thumb. And now the fingers are going to try to spread apart, but the fingers on your other hand are not going to let them. Well, try. No luck, no luck, no luck. Okay, let's go to the other side. You might want to shake the fingers. Feel the difference just from this very simple. By the way, you can do these. You could do these under the table somewhere, while you're at a very high-powered meeting. Okay, let's go to forefinger and middle finger. Spread first, but now you have the resistance from the other hand, trying to close the spread. The spread is staying open. Press, press, press. Resistance, resistance, resistance. And then go to the middle pair. Oh no, we have to stay here, sorry. Stay here closed. This time, the fingers are closed, they're trying to open. The fingers on your other hand are not letting them open, but be sure you're trying. It's not just a closed finger exercise, it's a closed finger with resistance exercise. I'm not sure we're going to get to all of these. We might have to do this lesson again tomorrow, next time. Go to the little finger and the ring finger.
No, these two.
Oh, the middle fingers. Yep, these two, the middle set. Sorry, I'm neglecting them. Spread the fingers and then press in. Try to close them. No luck, because they're too strong. They're getting too strong to have that happen. And then go ahead and close them. This time you're going to try to press out the same finger pair, press out. They start closed, they try to press out, but there's a resistance from the fingers holding them. And then go to the next set. Spread your fingers, ring finger, little finger, spread them. Hold on to them on the outside to create some resistance. They're trying to, let's see, what are they trying to do? They're trying to stay, the finger pair is trying to stay spread, and the fingers from your other hand is trying to press them closed without any luck. Isometric. And then go ahead and close them. This time, you're going to try to press them open. The fingers the fingers from the other hand are not going to allow it. Pressing them open. But try, don't, otherwise it's not as effective. It doesn't have the same benefits. And then go ahead and release that. Go to the thumb and the forefinger. Spread first, they're spread. And the hands that are holding onto them are pressing in, trying to close them, but no luck because the finger and the thumb are resisting. And now close the fingers, the finger and the thumb. And this time the closed fingers are trying to open, but the fingers that are holding on to them from the other hand are not letting that happen. Robin's gone on to the paper pull. And finish that up. Let's do the paper pull. There's one we aren't going to be able to do. So sorry. Well, we could. How many people are willing to stay 5 more minutes? Tell me if that's okay. I'm going to stay 5 more minutes. We're going to do these. We're going to finish these. So here's the paper pull. Find your piece of paper. It's the same pairs. So let's start on the right hand. Hold on with pair number 1 and pull. Just pull for about 6 to 10 seconds. Just pull on it. And, the fingers have to work to hold the paper, right? Don't let the paper pull. Don't pull the paper out. You've gone too far. Go to the next pair, the inside pair of fingers. This might be the hardest. See if you have any grip here. This is hard for me. These fingers must be really weak. Pull, pull, pull. And then go to the next one. Little finger, ring finger, pull. And then the thumb and the forefinger. Okay. Other side, forefinger and middle finger. Squeeze, grip the paper and pull it. It's easy peasy. And then middle finger, middle set, middle finger and ring finger. These you should, could, and would be doing whenever you get a chance. Guaranteed longevity. Guaranteed to increase your longevity. Ring finger, little finger. And then index finger and thumb. Just pulling. 6 to 10 seconds. Okay, that's enough of that. Now you're going to get into quadruped, hands and feet. This is a lifting. You're going to be ending up lifting the fingers off the floor. You're going to hands and feet, and then come back a little bit so that this will be bring your hips back a little bit, so that your hands are not shoulders are not directly over your knees. And now press the palms into the floor or the mat. Press the palms down and lift the fingers up. And hold 6 to 10. Now, you can repeat it. So release, and then you can repeat it. Remember, at this point, your shoulders are behind your wrists, so they're not directly over. You can repeat it. Press the palms down, the palms and the pads down. Lift the fingers. Then you can bring your shoulders up over. Can you hold your hands? Let's see. I'm having some questions. Go ahead and come forward. Kathy, just come forward so your elbows, your hands are lifted, your fingers are lifted. Now, can you hold your hands?
I don't know that I can.
Okay. No, just when I had some, Kathleen raised her hand, but I don't know what that means, Kathleen. Oh, I bet you raised your hands about extending or not. Okay. So can you feel this? So it's a little hard to have your shoulders directly over the wrists. That's the reason I asked you to pull them back behind your wrists. Now, whatever else you do, you're pressing your palms down and you're lifting your fingers. And then if you want to make it harder, you bring your shoulders back over your wrists, but you may not be able to do that. You can experiment with bending your elbows and straightening them. Okay. Lift your fingers. Be sure you lift your fingers. That's the most important part. Everything else is bonus. Okay, go ahead and finish up there, and we're going to find our way into Yoga Nidra for the closing. You can shake your hands. I want you to put your hands in front of you or on your lap or somewhere where you can just notice the work you've done. You might immediately feel stronger. I did. Yeah. And then find your way onto your back. I'm going to, and I'd like to hear in the afterwards, in the aftermath, the after conversation, how that went for you guys, because I introduced it. I liked it for myself. I shared it with you, and I'd like to hear your feedback. We're going to start the Yoga Nidra practice, 61 points that I'm going to point out to you, starting with your breath, breathing in and out, observing your abdomen as it rises and falls. And now bring your attention and your awareness to these points without moving anything. Center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This completes the 61-point guided meditation. Go ahead and come back to the room. Bring your attention back to the room and back to your body, and you can start moving your body, bringing your arms overhead and stretching your legs out along the mat if you had them bent, and then trying to create a little bit of space, more additional space between your pelvis and your rib cage. Just stretching arms and legs, and wiggling fingers and toes. Your fingers might feel very different today from the work we did. Making circles your ankle and your wrists. Hug your right knee to your chest. Hug your left knee to your chest. Rock from side to side, both knees, hugging both knees. And then whenever you're ready, roll all the way over to the right, to the side. I don't know whether it's the right side for you. Put your hand behind your head, the bottom hand as if for a pillow. Press your right hand into the floor, and then use that hand to press yourself up to seated into your own favorite floor seated position. I am going to remove the spotlight. Please, everybody, unmute themselves. I'm going to change my view to gallery view. Bring your hands into prayer pose. Press the palms together. I wonder if your palms feel differently today because of the work we did. Press strongly, hard, and then just release into a gentle prayer pose. Lift your occipital ridge up toward the sky, and then nod your skull over the top of the cervical spine, C1. Just nodding and bowing even more deeply. Noticing and acknowledging and honoring the light in each of us. And knowing that we are all one light. And we're going to close by saying to each other, Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.